Attention law firm owners, the data in your practice management solution holds the secret to faster growth, but most firms haven't tapped into it yet. Here are 3 compelling reasons why you should be using your data to manage your law firm. Hi, I'm Rachel with LawKPIs, and we're on a mission to help law firms grow by measuring performance and spending time on the things that matter. You can't manage what you can't measure. Measuring key performance indicators will help you to remain focused on the things that have a positive impact on your firm, such as revenue. Speaking of revenue, get crystal clear visibility into revenue, profit sharing, and margins, and say goodbye to the days of uncertainty. Empowering your firm as a business, reclaiming your time. Free yourself from the shackles of inefficiency. Embrace data to effectively run your firm as a business, allowing you to reclaim your valuable time. So take charge of your firm's future today. Get started now, but don't just take our word for it. LawKPIs has already helped hundreds of law firms just like yours to make the most with their data. Connect with us at lawkpis.com or follow us to bid farewell to the days of running your firm in the dark.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sachin Bakai with LawKPI, and thank you for signing up for a free trial. And for you to get the most of this free trial, I'm recording this video. In this video, I will walk through the dashboards that are enabled part of the free trial. So it'll give you an easy way to understand which report is used and how to use the LawKPI platform. So let's get started. The first dashboard is the operations dashboard. So everything you see within this dashboard is part of the operations dashboard. So it just makes it easier for you to run your firm as a business. So I'm going to walk you through some of the reports in this dashboard, but all the reports work the same way. So feel free to explore all the reports once your trial is enabled. So in this dashboard, you'll see the number of matters that are open, your WIP, billed, collection, expenses, credit. So it gives you a quick view of the firm. If you scroll down a little bit in the year-over-year billed and collections dashboard, you'll be able to compare how the firm is growing this year versus same month last year. All our charts, you can toggle between data and charts, so depending on whatever is easier for you to look at. And also, if you want to do any analysis, you can simply open up this report. And once you open up the report, it will give you the ability to slice and dice it further. For example, if you want to run it for the last 3 years, you can run it for 3 years and look at the comparison, and it'll give you in a tabular version as well on how the firm, what has been billed, collected, expenses, collection amount for the last 3 years. So you can see how you are consistently growing. If you want to look at for a lifetime value of a client, you can run it for a client. If you want to see it for a specific matter that has gone over multiple years, you can run it for a matter and see how you have billed and collected for that specific matter. You can do it by matter status, by billing method, practice area, originating attorney, responsible attorney, any combination you want, you can slice and dice it. All our reports, you can export it into any of these different formats. You can email the report directly to yourself, so you don't have to go to Outlook. And you can schedule a broadcast. So if there are certain reports you want to look at it on a regular basis, you can schedule them so that on a weekly basis, monthly basis, whatever frequency you want, you can automatically schedule them. It will run and email it to you, so you don't have to remember to log in and run the reports for you. So this is ideal for reports that you're going to look at it on a regular basis. But if you want to do any analysis, you want to slice and dice the information, it makes sense to log in into LawKPI and play with your data. So moving on, so once I click the X on the top right, it'll take me directly back into the dashboard. So once the dashboard is loaded, so here you can see, just give it a second, it's loading, there you go. So here you can see billed and collection by user. So any employee who has billed and anything that has been collected for that employee, you can track that. You can run it for any of our predefined time periods, or you can run it for a custom time period. You can put in a custom date range and just hit apply, and you can run it for that time period. So this gives you a quick way to look at what has been billed and collected for that specific employee. If there are any expenses, if there are any credit issues, it will all show up here. So it just makes it easier for you to see how each employee is performing. Then we have the attorney utilization report. This is where you would give us the target by employee and how many hours they need to bill each month. And we also track non-billable hours. So if you do flat fee or contingency, and if you want to see what are the non-billable productive hours, you can give us the target for that also. So we'll track both billable and non-billable, so you will get full visibility on their productive hours. So most of our clients, what they do is they will schedule this report for last business week. So you run this report for last business week, and then you schedule it for Monday morning. So every Monday morning, you get a report that shows you how the team performed the previous week. So this is extremely helpful to track the performance, who has bandwidth, who does not have bandwidth, and are they meeting their weekly, monthly, quarterly goals or not. So moving on, in the same, we're still in the operations dashboard. Now, you see the practice area. Most of the law firms, they perform in multiple practice areas. So this gives you visibility as to how each practice area is performing month over month. So for example, let's toggle between data and chart. So this will tell you how you're performing in your bankruptcy, custody, divorce, all these practice areas. Are you consistently growing, or certain practice areas are shrinking? So if they're shrinking, that is some action you need to take to make sure that you are generating enough revenue in that practice area. Sometimes if the practice area is not growing at all, maybe those are the practice areas that you want to refer them out, rather than building a team doing it in-house. So this gives you that visibility. And the one last report I'm going to cover in this dashboard is the average case value by practice area. So it will calculate the number of matters you have closed in that specific practice area, what is the revenue generated, and what is the average case value, and how long does that stay open in Clio. So this average case value is an important indicator to show you whether are you getting the right value for each of your matters. If you're not, then maybe that's the time for you to go and increase your rate for that specific cases in that specific matter. So now moving on, I'm going to go to the firm outstanding dashboard. This dashboard gives you the visibility of like a 30, 60, 90 days, what has been outstanding. You can see outstanding by client, 30, 60, 90 days. You can sort them ascending, descending. So if you sort them by descending, these are the ones, that are like extremely important for you to follow up, because it's been 90 plus days. And we all know as the aging starts getting older, the chances of recovery is less. So in this report, you can also run it by an attorney. So it'll show you the matters that that attorney is responsible for. So you can do it by outstanding clients, by practice area, by invoice levels. If you have multiple invoices for the same client, it'll show you exactly which invoice is actually aged, so that your collection team knows exactly whom to follow up with. Now I'm going to go to the WIP and trust dashboard. Most of the clients, you would have a trust account, and the key of this dashboard is that any trust client, or any client who has a trust account and there's an active work going on, it'll show you what has been invoiced, not paid, what is in WIP, balance in the trust amount, and how much of it's going to be a shortfall. So you can proactively reach out to that client and ask for additional funds, so that you don't have to write off if the funds are not received. And on the flip side, this will show you all the clients and the matter with trust amount in trust, but no activity is being done. for like last 30, 60, 90 days. So these are the ones that you want to make sure to be compliant, you return the money back, or you reach out to them to see what additional work can you do for them. So this is the client dashboard. The client dashboard is important for those law firms who open multiple matters for the same client. This may not be useful for everybody, but we just wanted to make sure that you know, and that's why we added it part of the trial. Now, if you run it for a specific client, it'll show you how many open matters you have, closed matters, bill, WIP, collection. It'll give you the detail of those matters, like what has been billed and collected at the matter level. It'll also give you the aging for that specific client and how much work has been done by your team, billable and non-billable, for that specific client. So again, this dashboard may not be relevant for all law firms, but if you open multiple matters for a client, then this is a great dashboard to have, so that when you're having a conversation with the client, you know exactly what is going on because you have all the information right in front of you. So then the another dashboard that we enable part of the trial is the productivity insights. So this dashboard gives you the visibility at employee level, who is productive and who is not. But the most important thing is it actually shows you the write downs. So, for example, in this case, the attorney worked for 93 hours, and the invoice was only for 91. So there's like a 2.9 hours of write down. So this will show you for which attorney, for which client you're constantly writing down. So this is a good report. What we do is we basically take the activity hours from Clio and the invoice hours from the invoice, and we highlight the delta over here. So it kind of shows you, which clients you constantly have to write down. Maybe you don't want that client, right? So that is the key about this report, and then it shows you the billable hours spent by employee and the performance for that employee. The last dashboard part of this thing is the practice area dashboard. The practice area dashboard, if you have multiple practice areas, it gives you good visibility as to how many leads you're getting by matter type in that specific practice area. What is in WIP, what is in collection, and what is uh, in revenue, what is the revenue generated by in that practice area. And obviously it shows you the monthly revenue by practice area. This report we've already added in the operations dashboard, but for a lot of our clients, they wanted a specific practice area dashboard. So we kind of created a separate practice area dashboard. So this, a lot of our clients, this might be a nice to have a dashboard. It may not be necessary for you to enable this dashboard. So here I've covered all the dashboards at a pretty high level. So hopefully this video helps you to get the most of your trial. Again, if you have any questions, there will be a link in the email. You can schedule a 30-minute call with me, and I'll walk you through this dashboard with your data so that you can understand exactly whether LawKPI is going to benefit the firm and how it's going to benefit the firm. So thank you for watching, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions.